It's crazy to think that it was almost a year ago now that we had our BlackBerry end of life live stream on YouTube. A lot of people came by to pay their respects. It was a good time. Bittersweet, though, of course, as we bid farewell to our beloved BlackBerry and BBOS. I might do another one of those in the beginning of January just to try to get an update with everybody, see how everybody's doing, how everybody's been faring, what you moved on to, if anything. I know a lot of people in other countries have managed to maintain and stay on their BlackBerry devices, specifically the BlackBerry Passport. Here in the United States, that's been a little bit tougher. I tried the other day to get a T-Mobile SIM running in my Passport. I have two passports. I was trying to remember if this was the one that I made sure to disable BlackBerry Protect on, or if it was the white one that I had that I managed to disable BlackBerry Protect. But both of them are still running fine. I'm able to get emails on them at least through Wi-Fi. Can't get T-Mobile running here on the United States in my Passport. It'll show up as T-Mobile briefly. It'll show that it has a SIM in it, but then it'll go ahead and say emergency calls only, and I'll get this in the top right-hand corner, even though there's an active SIM in the device. Some people have told me to try Mint Mobile. That's a possibility. We might be doing a promotion with Mint at the beginning of the year, so I'll talk more about that then. But that's something that I want to at least try and see if Mint will still activate these. They claim that they're still being somewhat friendly to older devices. I know a lot of people have also had success with Red Pocket. I had success in the past with them getting that Palm Trio 750 on the network last year, but when 3G was sunset on so many of these carriers, I lost the ability to do that. So I'd be interested to see if they would allow a Passport on there. I know it's 4G LTE, but I think it's 3G for voice, so there was something along those lines that prevented, or at least forced a lot of the carriers to sunset, I think prematurely, older devices like the BlackBerry. But like we said, it was a dual extinction event. Even if the carriers in the United States were not the problem for your BlackBerry Passport, the BlackBerry services shutting down certainly would be. And I know a lot of people have gotten by. A lot of people are using their classics and their passports, but it is still odd to me that your one bad charge, your one software corruption, your one drop or something, or that jars the device enough that it injures it, you're one event away from not being able to use your BlackBerry anymore, because you're not going to be able to recover it. You're not going to be able to go on BlackBerry services and reset your devices. If you didn't go ahead and disable BlackBerry Protect before the servers went offline on January 4th of last year, then you wouldn't be able to go ahead and factory reset your device if something did happen to it. So those are things that would concern me. If you're using your BlackBerry overseas, let me know what your experience has been like. Has texting been reliable? Are phone calls still going through? I would imagine that regular SMS and phone calls would be okay. Wi-Fi would be fine for email. Interested to hear what your data experience has been like and what your WhatsApp experience has been like over cellular service overseas. So I want to know that. But for me, I've been using the tank a lot, the Unihertz tank, which is here. And I like the device. I've warmed up to the tank quite a bit, but you can see how beefy it is in comparison to the Passport. The Passport is still in its own category with these devices. Such a classy device, great build quality, phenomenal battery life for the time, great display, that 1440p display. Love the 1:1 aspect ratio. Still love it for pulling up emails and reading emails. Let's see if I can pull one up here that I had a little earlier today that you could see. This was a USB-C, a bowling rules question. So you could get your eyes on that. It's all the excitement of USB-C bowling. But just reading the emails on this wide display, typing them out on this. I understand the the keyboard wasn't for everybody, the 3-line on the Passport, but I happen to like it a lot, having bigger hands, bigger thumbs, to be able to get that extra space and use it. The positive click on the keyboard, still one of the best keyboards on any device. Unihertz has gotten a lot better in recent years with their keyboards. I think the key press on the Titan Slim is one of the better ones that they've come out with, but still nothing to me touches this one here and the key press on the Passport. Then you have the capacitive touch keyboard that they had on it. Really innovative for the time. The gestures, motion gestures, swipe gestures that people laughed at in 2014 when it was released with BB10, and now is the industry standard for everybody, that everybody thinks is so great, and people were laughing at different gestures and capacitive touch and the things that BlackBerry innovated with way back when. Love the fact that it was too little too late, I understand, but love the fact that WhatsApp will work on this. You could still get, I had no problem updating to a recent version of WhatsApp, so you were able to sideload APKs on here, put Android app programs on here, even though it was only 4.3, I believe, was the APK that you could use on here. That was what the install was for Android, but still worked fine, especially for the time. I miss it. I miss the BlackBerry. I love having this. Miss having this on my hip. Miss having this on one of those little pouches, the rotating pouch, pulling this guy out and reading emails on it. And just the device was thin for the time when you think about it, especially with the keyboard devices that we have now. They're a little thicker. Love the fact that it's relatively, I mean, look, there's bezel on here, but it's relatively a great screen size to read stuff. It was bright for the time. Now it's a little dull because it's an LCD. Not dull, I should say it's just dim for an LCD, but it was great for the time, and it's still fantastic. It's just, you get it back in your hand, and you instantly not only feel nostalgic, but you're sad that phones today can't recapture at least some of this. It's odd. The same thing happens to me when I pick up Windows Phone devices now in 2022 towards the end. It always shocked me that nobody could recapture that bit of charm that they had, the little quirkiness that they had, but the usability that they had, the extreme battery life on these devices. These lasted a couple of days minimum. You didn't have to worry about charging this up. And this was, I think, a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. The power efficiency of BB10 was incredible. The power efficiency of Windows phones was incredible. Somehow we've lost that along the... It's like when the Dark Ages hit. We somehow forgot all this education, all these books went away, and people weren't learning anymore. We had this technology before this, and we've seen to have gone to these phones that you pay X amount, $1,200 for a Galaxy S22 flagship, and the thing can't last 5 hours of screen on time with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. And it's not like this was a slug for its day either. This had a Snapdragon 800 series processor, was a flagship device, flagship performance, and with that battery life that you came to know and love from BlackBerry. So it's hard to believe it's been a year. I understand some people got some more use out of it. For me, when that went off, I just kind of shut it off and put it away to me. I still enjoyed using it for emails today. But if you're getting on with your BlackBerry somehow at the end of 2022, I want to know what your secret is. Maybe I have to move. Maybe I have to move to Canada or something like that. Still get 2G somehow. But if you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, let me know. You know what? Let's see if we can do another BlackBerry live stream, the Cyclone, my people, in early January. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.